Okay? What makes the perceiver perceive? Well, the perceiver perceives through the senses and the mind. Okay? So what is heard, what is smelt, what is tasted, what is seen, what is felt, these are the sensors that brings in the sense objects can be many. The eyes are two, but what they can see are billions. The ear is two, they come to one point, but what they can hear is many, 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 many things. The mouth is one, but it speaks many, many, many things, good and bad. The body is one, but it can feel so many things. Where do all these things come to? The mind interprets them as sensations, and then something records them as experience. The eye is behind them. The eye is even capable of watching the mind itself. Have I gone too far or too fast? So behind it all is the feeling of I, the I itself. Then we must come then, if the I is the perceiver of all things, including even the idea of God even, the feeling of I. If the I is removed, nothing is perceived. Can the I be removed? The I who perceives also. Well, that I, what about in deep sleep? Is anything being perceived in deep sleep now? So all that the sense of I used to perceive in the waking state, because most of our act of perceiving is occurring in our waking state, the phenomenal waking state. That's the functioning of this I particularly. It sees everything, people and place and things and time and sense of future, sense of past, sense of present. Everything is perceived to this I. But in deep sleep, we are not speaking, the senses are not operating also. The body is there to be touched, the eyes are there but they cannot see, the ears are here but no hearing is happening. The mouth is there but not speaking, maybe whatever. Nothing's there. And the I who perceive, is the I who perceive there? Well, it seems not. But what would perceive the absence of this cognitive I? I'm sorry, if I leave some of you behind here, I'm going to not turn back for a moment. What is perceiving the cognitive I, meaning the I that is perceiving ordinarily? The I who creates a history and the memory which holds the information of history is not functioning. Is there something beyond even this I that perceives the presence and the absence of I? Now I see how many people still left on the swinging bridge. Okay, thank you. Okay. So, my point now is that we are speaking now in deep sleep. I'm not speaking about dream, because in dream you can be going across the Sahara Desert, on the back of a camel. Okay, but in deep sleep, dead sleep, where there's no cognitive functioning, no diverse perceiving, okay? Is there something there? Is there a form of consciousness there? Do you enjoy sleep? Do you enjoy deep sleep? Not talking about dreaming, actually. I don't know how many people go to bed looking forward to dreaming. So here we don't tell people when they go to bed, sweet dreams. Enough dreaming, actually. Dead sleep. Mean that when you wake up in the morning, you're refreshed, you're ready for today. Okay? Dead sleep. Is there an enjoyer of dead sleep? Maybe you don't know. Do you only have to study your sheets to think, oh yes, looks like it was a good night? So, I would say that there is consciousness even in the deep sleep. If you refer to yourself as the cognitive consciousness, meaning the one who is always seeing something, but in deep sleep you're not seeing anything at all, So you say, well, I was not. The one, the shopper for experience, the one who is, experiencing in the daytime is not present in deep sleep. Is there nothing there in deep sleep? Can there be a break in your reality? Is there a break in what you are? Or is it just that we're entering different phase, a different, states that rotate? Are you there in deep sleep or not? So let's push it a little bit. I'm going to stretch a little bit. Let's say that something enjoys deep sleep. So it means that it is aware, even, there's no debate and there's nobody talking to this one, but there's an awareness of the absence and the presence of the functioning I. Is that stretching too far? No. Okay, I'll come back and say why. That I which is up and about, that is present now even, who is able to understand and to feel and to think and to know and to remember and to project, this sense of I is present now. In deep sleep it is not present there. Okay? Is there awareness of this absence of the functioning of this personal I? Is there awareness of that in deep sleep? Or is it just total blank? And no one to recognize blank. Or blank is only assumed. Is blank also experienced or perceived? Okay, I'm not going to push you too much. Okay, it's not necessary for the moment. Let's say, as far as we know, okay, that the one who is perceiving everything, is here somehow. Whatever it is. But all the senses, the mind, the sense of time and past and presence is reporting to some conscious field. We are together with this one? Okay. That centralized consciousness, which is the sense of the knower or the experiencer or the perceiver, that which is there, can that itself be perceived? This is his question. I gave him this question and a few of you to contemplate. Can the perceiver, that ultimate perceiver, established somewhere in this body somehow, can this one be perceived? Meaning what? Can it be seen? Can it be touched? Can it be tasted? Can it be identified? Is it an object? Is it tangible? Does it have a form? Does it have beginning? Does it have ending? Does it have quality? Is this too mental for you?
No.
Slow down now, because we are burning up words very quickly. The formless recognition happens or occurs to who or to what? And the recognition of what? The formless recognition is about the thing recognized or the one who recognizes? When you say the formless recognition comes, to whom does it come? To the formless recognizer or the thing recognized? Or both? Can the form recognize the formless? So establish who or what is recognizing what. What happens if it recognizes itself? Don't speculate. Speak from your experience. What happens if or when it recognizes itself? First, we must get to the point, no? That Again the question, can the perceiver, can the seer, can the knower know itself, perceive itself, or see itself? Or can it be recognized? No, that would take one step earlier. Can it be recognized? That which sees everything. And remember, there are some sensations which are so subtle, there are no names for them. They are not registered in the book of man. They have no name, and yet they are perceived. Certain waves are so subtle that there are no names for them. Yet they are also perceived. By what are they perceived? And why is this question, can the perceiver be perceived? Why? Because to find out if the perceiver itself is an object. You follow? Is it meaningful for you, this kind of question, or should we talk about something else? The only reason why I came here is to solve this experientially. I only come here in the first place to the last place for freedom. I don't really have any other connection with you except love. So it's time. Somebody has reached this point, this maturity of looking. And we are not finding out something about out there. The answer, yes, out there. No, it has to be here. You must be the answer. No? It must come from you. You being what? Is the perceiver material or immaterial? Is it tangible or intangible? Is it form or formless? Does it exist? As what does it exist? You see, certain questions are being asked here that are not asked anywhere on the planet, actually, to be honest with you. Not with this intensity and this requirement that you must be where the answer is arising from, because you must be there before even the answer comes. You must be there to recognize even an answer, actually. As what are you here? Who are you? We want to learn about everything else. What is that? What is this? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? But who am I? What is the I arising here? And if the I itself is arising here, what watches its arising even? Is that one arising? Is it male or female? What religion does it come from? What is its practice? And can the answer survive? Can the answer to these questions survive by itself? Who is pleased or displeased with any answer? In the past, anybody could come to Mantisaja. But who could stay here? Who could stay with me here? Until the one who stays vanish. And who will witness this vanishing? Papaji said that words to me also. No? If you must wake up, if you would find the truth, you must disappear. What kind of instruction is that? To give to a poor little student. How to disappear. Woof, abracadabra, how you disappear? What kind of sadhana is that? It was not given, the instruction was not given to a person. It was uttered, and the person could not survive it. Can we stay at this level? Should we drop down a little bit so we can bring in everybody, or what? Who survives this inquiry? As I said before, the one who starts this inquiry will not finish the inquiry, but will be finished by the inquiry. Does that bring fear? No. Does that bring fear? No. Does it excite you? Divinely? Huh? Are we waiting for that moment? The vanishing cue? Because only pure intelligence can appreciate this thing. That knows what it means vanishing. The vanishing of what? Of that which is not real. Which is taken to be real. And we can live in the so-called reality of this personhood sense, which is a limitation. It is also consciousness. The person is also a form of consciousness. And perhaps because of that, it perpetuates. Because underneath it is consciousness. And it is conscious. But it is very restricted, very limited, selfish also, prone to fear, insecurity, desire, attachments, projections, dreaming. Behind this person is largely the undiscovered potential of the human being to awaken to our true state, our true nature, as imperishable consciousness. What does it mean? Does it mean, because I want to say this because some people feel that yes, it may be higher, but is it as satisfying? Is it as adventurous as personhood? When you are in your truer state, do you regret your former state? No. The more we lose of what, the more we lose of ourselves, the more we become ourselves. Does anybody get that one? The more we lose of the idea we have of who we are, the more we are awakening to the fullness of what we are. Is it spiritual fantasy? No. Because you people who are here, you should be the testifier of the truth. When I say, blessed is the one whose life, whose presence is the evidence of truth. Not just whose words. Words are easy. But whose life? Do you realize that each one, is emitting some energy field? Either a kind of noisiness, or even if you don't speak, if you have come to a deep place of awakening within you, that itself is communicating and corresponding with other intelligent or sensitive beings on the planet. Do you realize this, or does it sound like something you find in a book? We smell very often like person. like a psychic smell of a person. When we have indulged too much ideas about personhood, we're too much in the field of complaining and projecting and desiring and attachment and fear, insecurity and comparing and competing, rather than loving, sharing, supporting, uplifting, meditating, resting in your own self. Different fragrance. One is a perfume, the other one is an odor. You discern which.